Do you like to binge watch TV? Did you know you could binge listen to podcasts? Head over to electronicmediacollective.com, where they have podcasts for days. You like podcasts about wrestling? They have that. Do you like podcasts about TV and film? They have that. Do you like podcasts about horror? EMC has that too. Do you like comedy? Do you like books? Guess what? They've got you covered. Head over to electronicmediacollective.com. Pick your favorite podcast today.
You're listening to Moose's Monster Mash.
Welcome, Horror Hounds, to an all-new episode of Moose's Monster Mash. I'm your host, Moose. And as many of you know, last month was the second annual Moose's Monster Bash hosted at Reverb Lounge in Omaha, Nebraska. And we had special guest Paul T. Taylor, who played Pinhead in Hellraiser Judgment. And following this brief introduction will be the audio from the Q&A section. But first, I want to thank all the bands that came out to perform that night. We had Altura, we had Virgin Mary Pistol Grip, we had Absence plus Alchemy. We ended the night with the first annual Hellraver, featuring DJs like 2Js, Dzilla, Calypso, and Banshee. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors, especially Ink Union Tattoo Company. If you're looking for new ink in the Omaha area, check out inkuniontattoocompany.com. And now, without further ado, the audio from Moose's Monster Bash 2.
For those who don't know, my name is Moose. I'm the host of Moose's Monster Bash 2 and the host of the horror podcast, Moose's Monster Mash, which is where this all stemmed from. And now we're going to have a quick Q&A with our celebrity guest, Hellraiser himself from Hellraiser Judgment. Give it up for Mr. Paul T. Taylor.
Not bad for 64, huh? Hi, everyone. Oh, my God, look at that. Pinhead. Nail skulls.
Yeah, I made a special for you.
Yeah, thank you. I heard about the front yard and the skeletons.
Oh, yeah.
Your little adventure with the cops.
Yeah, got the cops called on me for handling bodies. That was a nice...
Your neighbors think you're eating children.
Well, I mean, you saw the size of the skeletons, so...
Wow, arthritis.
You got it?
I think I'll just point that, like that. All I have to do is that. Thank you, man. Manly man.
All right. So this is a crowd Q&A. So if you have a question, you can come up to like this area and ask, and I'll shut up. It doesn't have to be all me talking. That's fine. But
yeah,
we have Paul Taylor.
Yeah, Paul T. Taylor.
Paul T. Taylor.
Yeah. Hey, let's hear it for the boy. Hey. Okay.
So
silence.
Before we get into like all of the acting and stuff,
yeah,
I think we'll get to the one question that's probably on everybody's that everybody asks. How long were you in the makeup chair for?
I'm cut. What? How long? 2 hours. So, 2 hours. I mean, they got it down to a science.
What'd you do in that 2 hours? Just twiddle your thumbs?
I just enjoyed. Well, I couldn't see because I had my glasses off, but I sort of could see the mirror. I just enjoyed being made into this monster, this movie monster who was an icon and was everything that growing up as a kid I wanted to be, because I was never scary as a child, but Halloween was always the best time of the year. Like, maybe some of you can relate to that. I'm guessing yes. And yeah, and it was just like, look at what I'm going to look like. It could have taken 6 hours. I wouldn't have cared because it was and it's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. So there was that too. So I just sort of, I don't even know where I went. I was completely present the whole time, but it was kind of surreal. I was in Oklahoma City, of all places. We shot it in Oklahoma City.
Seems like a weird place to shoot Hellraiser.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely think more like New York, Jersey, that kind of...
Yeah, well, they've shot Hellraiser movies all over the world, you know. Some of them 2 at a time. And sometimes it shows... Wait. Yeah, I said that. I mean,
it's not like it's a secret or anything.
It's not like it's a secret. Some Hellraisers are better than others, you know.
You mean all Hellraisers aren't created equal?
I would say that is correct. That is succinct. Yeah, I have my favorites. And many people online have their favorite Pinhead, too.
Yeah, they do.
Many people.
So, what got you into acting in the first place? Like,
my dad was in community theater, and I was growing up in the middle of Kansas, and I was a soft, non-athletic kid who couldn't really... I didn't know what I was good at or anything. I was just like, I'm sweet. And so he was playing, I think, Felix in The Odd Couple. And I was 8, 7, I don't know how old I was, but I saw him in it, and he was really good, and he got laughs. And I was like, I want to try that. So I did, and I did a play, and I never stopped after that. It was like I found something that I was good at, and, well, how good was I at 8 years old? I don't know, but it made me really happy, and I seemed to be natural at it, and it's just, so I started doing it, and I did theater professionally and movies and stuff, but theater specifically the longest period of time, for about 45 years now, professionally. I'm older than I look, so...
So which do you find that you prefer, actually, like TVs and movies or being on stage and getting to...
They're both so different. I feel like that scene from Devil Wears Prada. I don't know, they're so different. Anyway, the belts, a lot of Devil Wears Prada fans. Woo, let's hear it for Devil Wears Prada. So anyway, theater is so alive, as, you know, those who are here... You know, you experience it while it's happening. It's an energy exchange with the audience.
Get that, like, real-time feedback.
Yeah, every performance is different, even though your job is to basically do the same thing, but you're not in the same place every night. So you have these lines memorized. Your job is to go and do it every night. And it's really challenging because it's live. And if you fuck up, then you just... keep going, and the immediate laughs you can get, the immediate tears or whatever you can evoke are just like, it's magical. Like any performing art, the audience is there, you're sharing the same oxygen, it's really wild, and then it's over. It was ether and now it's gone. Whereas with movies, acting is the same, but movie acting is different than theater acting, but it's all acting. But with film, I love being on a film set. Unless I hate being on a particular film set, which, believe me, has happened a lot in the last couple of years especially. But getting to see the final product, which I'm really proud of Hellraiser Judgment. I mean, that's a movie that I can watch and watch and watch. And I'm like, I did some good work in this movie. And I've done some really good work in other movies since then, because I've become the best film actor I've ever been. That's really all I can say.
Yeah.
I can't say I am the best film actor in the world. It's just the best I've ever been.
I mean, you could.
I could say it, but, you know, I'm not. So it's all subjective. So the fact that there's a record of it, the fact that the whole thing about film acting is the camera reads your eyes and you can't fake it. Acting is faking it, but if you're thinking it, the camera sees you thinking it. So if you're self-conscious, but your character wouldn't be self-conscious, that's just an example. I'll stop right there, because now it's just becoming this compound sentence.
The camera picks up everything.
Really boring. Yeah. Yeah, the camera picks up everything. And you have that permanent record. And some stuff you want to push, and some stuff you don't want to tell anyone about, even if your work was really good, because other people are involved. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, to your point about Hellraiser Judgment, I mean, I told you when we first talked a couple years ago that it felt the most like the original Hellraiser.
Thank you.
And, you know, it had that same heart and soul that, you know, the original Hellraiser had. And that ultimately comes down to your portrayal. I mean, that's how it rolls out.
Thank you. I mean, there's a lot more behind that than just my portrayal, but I do feel that I have a gift as an actor. I won't go any further than that. And Doug Bradley established this phenomenal, iconic character that I wanted to not replicate, but I wanted to honor what came before me, because without it, I never would have been there playing this character. But in this script, which was written by Gary Tunnicliffe, who has nothing but love and passion for all the work of Clive Barker, for all of the original meaning of the first Hellraiser, it was finally his chance to write and direct a Hellraiser movie. And he really wrote it for Doug Bradley to be Doug Bradley's final Hellraiser movie, because of the disappointment of so many of the other Hellraisers that Doug Bradley was in.
Yeah.
That didn't work out. So I got the part. And it was the script was good for Pinhead, because it was a Hellraiser movie. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just, let's just shoehorn Pinhead in there. And Gary's a good director. And he was all about less is more, just throw it away. You're terrifying. You don't have to do anything. Look at you, you know.
Well, and not only is he good, you know, writer-director, he's also a fan. And he's been
huge fan,
connected to this for years.
Yeah.
And his love for the lore and the fandom really shines in this movie. Yeah. And that's why, like, when, you know, fans of a property get the chance to actually handle the property the way they want, it tends to be, you know, more of a passion project than give me that paycheck, you know?
Yeah. He really, you know, his paycheck went to paying for props and costumes, and it was only a $350,000 movie. I mean, if he'd had $1 million, that scene at the end after I eviscerate the angel, where the thing happens to Pinhead that happens to Pinhead. No spoilers. It would have been such a huge, expensive scene. It would have been so cool. The pins being ripped out and the, you know, stripping of the garments or whatever. Couldn't do that because we didn't have the money. But
essentially the defrocking of Pinhead.
Yeah. It could have been so cool rather than just, ooh, clouds. You know, oh, an alley. So his passion, he saw the first Hellraiser. He was already familiar. He was living in England. He grew up in England no, he didn't grow up with Clive Barker. That was Doug Bradley. Never mind. He saw the first Hellraiser. He was already familiar with Fangoria magazine. He knew he wanted to do that for a living. But he saw Hellraiser. He was like, I'm going to move to LA and I'm going to work with Clive Barker on a Hellraiser movie. So he moved to LA and he met Clive Barker. And on the third movie, he was building, and he was the puppeteer for the puzzle boxes. And then he was involved with every single Hellraiser movie since then, eventually becoming the key makeup artist for Doug Bradley and everyone else, and designing characters and stuff.
So he essentially had the mailroom treatment, start in the mailroom and work your way up.
He just wanted to do it, so he did it, and he's brilliant. And people pay top dollar for his blood in Hollywood. His blood recipe. Anyway.
I wasn't sure where that was going, but okay.
He was trying to get...
I mean, it's Hollywood, so...
He's a vampire. No, he was trying to get the Hellraiser franchise back on track. And if we had the sequel that had been talked about, then it would have been even more on track. And then the next one would have been more on track. And we would have gotten to a place where we were kind of maybe doing the comic book stories, and we were like exploring everything that all this other Hellraiser art had ever explored, instead of just shoving Pinhead into a movie that wasn't a Hellraiser movie. He really was, and for that, he succeeded. And then things happened to the Weinsteins, and they lost the franchise, and all of that went poof. So I'm not bitter.
And with it goes everybody's hopes and dreams.
Huh?
I said, and with it goes everybody's hopes and dreams.
It was, yeah, it really fucked with a lot of people's, I mean, it really messed with a lot of people's, hi kids, with a lot of people's careers. Like, so many people were suddenly jobless. I'm not saying that bullying is rape and rape is good, believe me. Weinstein's where he should be, but yeah.
But if somebody else had had a hold of the franchise, I said, but if somebody else had had a hold of the franchise, you could still.
Yeah. I mean, Clive Barker is kind of has the reins again, and he was part of the Hulu movie where they reimagined the puzzle box, where they sort of reimagined the whole thing. And Pinhead was played by a trans woman, which is actually pretty cool.
And
if you read the first book, Pinhead is genderless. But it could have been me. Anyway, I'm not bitter.
I think we ultimately got robbed of seeing you as Pinhead more. I mean,
thanks. I like hearing that.
You obviously had fun doing it.
I did. I had a blast. It was only 3 days, you know? I was on set 3 days.
And you brought to it this very, like, solemn, demeanor.
It's a different script. He's kind of over it. He's kind of like, oh boy.
I say one of the things that is touched on in the movie is that the puzzle box is obsolete. Nobody. This right here.
Yeah. You can just order pain.
Yeah.
Could you send over some torture, please?
So bringing Pinhead into the modern world, like up to with technology, I think was also what really helped push that story, and what made it so good, and why you're now getting those steel books that you have for sale over on your table.
I know. I have steel books over there on my table, and media books. I was really flattered and thrilled and pleased.
I was happy for you
that that this company, Turbine Media, and it's a German company, and they're kind of boutiquey. I think that they're kind of picky about which movies they do. They're like limited runs and stuff, and they chose Hellraiser Judgment, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool.
Well, and I think that really helped give it that new set of legs,
a little boost.
Yeah, which it needed, because it came out in 2018.
Yeah,
and then right when it should have been hitting its stride, COVID.
Oh, I forgot about the COVID. Yeah, that was cool.
It's like, it was COVID. It was strike time. It was,
Thank you. Now I have another thing to whine about at my table. Thank you.
I tried.
And then COVID, and why is this happening to me?
And so movies weren't getting the push that they really needed.
Right.
And I think ultimately that's part of where Judgment kind of fell off.
It's kind of like after Revelations, the hardcore fans were kind of like, we don't care. We're afraid to care.
Well, there's definitely a lot of trepidation going into this movie as a fan.
Yeah.
Because you can only get let down so many times. It's at some point, it's, if you're getting let down every time you watch a movie, maybe it's you. It's, why do I keep going back? Yeah. But then again, it's Pinhead.
Yeah, so, I just wanted people to give it a chance, and a lot of people did, so thank God.
And I think it's still finding legs. It's, I mean, you look online, I think it's in the top 4 Pinhead movies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely got it's got the crowd following. It's just it could have used it more then, and we would still be getting more.
Maybe it's good that I only got to do one. Makes people want me more.
They give you a one-off.
Yeah. I do have an idea for a movie, though. How many of you want to donate to my crowdfunding? Not everyone at once. No, I just actually came up with this idea on the plane today, so it's got some fleshing out to do.
Fleshing out?
Fleshing out. But it has to do with murder, and it has to do with an actor who got one shot to play a role that was already very famous, and then shit happened and he didn't. And then he loses his mind because the convention world is unfair and insane. Anyway, that's as far as I'll go. But it's like, what a good script. It starts out autobiographical, and then it becomes a slasher movie.
I'd watch it.
At Comic-Cons and horror conventions. And clubs that have music and whatever. A lot of good stuff.
I will take a quick break because we're both tend to be long-winded. Does anybody have any questions?
Me, long-winded?
I mean, it kind of goes with the territory. It's but
can we give it up for Bloody Julia from Hellraiser 2? All she needs is a lit cigarette. I mean,
outside.
You're fantastic.
You haven't seen her outside much, have you? She has one outside.
Yeah, I'm sure it was beautiful. Just a little blood on the filter. Sexy. Skinless Julia.
So,
what? That's what I know. I'm more of a clown than a villain.
Well, like you said, you wanted Hellraiser because it was opposite your personality. And
it's weird. It's funny because my first real movie was Sin City. And what happens to me in Sin City? I get my arm broken by Marv in 3 places because I'm a wormy assistant DA. And ever since I think Robert Rodriguez met me and he's like, yeah, I'd like to break your arm. And ever since then, I've been doing movies where people hurt me or kill me. And it's like, I finally got to, like, how many here want to kill me in this room? Come on, hands, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6? I guess I'm gaining favor.
So you're doing better.
Yeah, but it's nice to turn that around and you get to, those are the Doug Bradley fans who raise their hands, by the way. Or they're just playing along.
Nice to turn it around, return the favor, and break somebody else's arm or kill them on screen.
Hopefully telekinetically send hooks on chains into their flesh and rip them apart.
So, you did Sin City, and it does beg to wonder, you have a connection with somebody who's a head honcho at a comic book universe. Because you worked with... Do you
mean James Gunn?
Mr. James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah.
Yeah. You worked with him on Super.
Yeah.
And would you do, superhero movies and stuff like that? Like, I mean, not would you do, but, it's... If you could pick the role, essentially.
If I could pick a role?
Yeah.
Wow. One role. Doesn't have to be horror, doesn't have to be comedy, doesn't have to be drama, doesn't have to be I'm thinking it's an insane person with a heart of gold, and they've all been done already.
So you're saying your method?
No. Yeah. Well, and if I say Buffalo Bill, it's like, well, nobody can do better than he did. But insane guy who wears a bunny suit. Really don't know.
Then you just got to find one in between Donnie Darko and Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. I want to explore human insanity. That's what is really fascinating because it's real. And all of those layers that we put on top of how imperfect we are because we're animals. I mean, stripping that away and really showing the camera true madness. Like, okay, I want to play the Mad Hatter. I don't know. I want to play, I want it to be whimsical. I want to play Geppetto, but I want it to be Geppetto's story. I don't want it to be dark. And he's not, I mean, he loses his mind and builds a sun out of a tree, and somehow the sun comes to, I don't know. It has to do, the whimsy of fairy tales, the grim fairy tales, they're so dark. I don't know. I want to play the witch from Hansel and Gretel. I want to play, that's where I want my career to be, really. I want to be dark. I want to do dark children's stories that actually have the original meaning intact, but make them mean even more. And I don't mean necessarily slasher stuff unless it's necessary. I mean, like, I want to play the witch in Hansel and Gretel. And I don't mean female and I don't mean male. I just mean the witch, you know? Stuff like that. That's what I want to do.
That witch is really a, true villain.
Yeah.
You know.
And there are people like that in the world.
Yeah.
This is a parable, but the witches are real. The witches who eat children are real. The crazy men who make dolls so they can have a relationship with them, those are real, you know? It's like, it's all just nuts, but then it gets Disney-fied or whatever, and it's like, no, let's explore the dark side of that and make it really like pathos, but humor and just like crazy reality of what these characters really are. They're not just Disney characters. They're like, they came from a book, and they when they were originally written, they had a reason
Disney.
To exist.
And so they had a life before Disney.
Huh?
They had that life before Disney.
Yeah.
And it was a much darker place.
Yeah. Much darker place.
And they're fun to read.
But not slasher.
No.
It doesn't have to be slasher. It just has to be real.
Yeah, it's even though they're like fairy tales, it very much could have that like true crime, real horror vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that would be that'd be a fun take.
Yeah. Yes. My favorite serial killer, Buffalo Bill. He's everything I want to be. I'm kidding.
He likes the way he dances.
But seriously, that actor and that character and his sickness is so good. And you just want to blow him away. And yet, just keep dancing. You know, it's my favorite because he's real. He's real. He's just insane. He was born in the wrong body. He's transgender. He's like trans whatever. He's, very topical too. You know? Not that matters. I don't want to do something just because it's topical, but really, talk about, wow. It's probably a character that the trans community is not a big fan of, but he's more insane than trans. He's just insane. You know?
Oh, and that's more where like Pinhead comes into play because we've talked previously about stepping into the roles of like a horror icon, but you've also as taking on the role of Pinhead, you kind of step into this role of like a queer icon as well. And like, do you ever get like interactions like with that at conventions and stuff, like fans coming up and talking about how they identify with like the Hellraiser universe? And
yeah, absolutely. No one who comes to my table at a convention is coming to tell me that I suck and and Doug Bradley's the only Pinhead. They only do that online because it's easy online to be a bully. But and you can just leave the conversation at any time. But I take that with humor these days because it's like, well, you're wrong. There are actually 4 or 5 if you include Gary Tunnicliffe. There are 5 actors who are Pinheads, so that's a misstatement, but I get your point. Anyway, what was the question?
Nope, it's all good.
Yeah. I have lovely fans who will come up to me and tell me that I'm their favorite Pinhead, and that is like, and they know what they mean. They know that there are 11 movies, and I was only in one of them, and they're just like, "You're my favorite Pinhead," and I'm like, "I'll take it. I'll take it. It's just a role. We're all just actors. I got to play the role, and I lucked out, and I didn't suck. You know,
That's the key, not sucking.
the key is to not suck.
Well, I guess depending on your career, but that's
Depending on your career." So, Pinhead didn't suck in this particular script.
no, it was
he did
definitely
no
a good
sucking
script,
at all.
and yeah, we'll definitely talk more about it later. But I think we're going to wrap this up so we can get the music back rolling.
Oh, thank God, because I won't stop talking otherwise.
I said we were both long-winded.
Huh?
I said, right.
Yeah, we are.
So,
Well, it seems like people are paying attention, so I just, it's when they start walking away that I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm glued to my seat. I also can't, there's not a lot of room to move, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul T. Taylor.
Thank you,
Go
guys.
over,
Thank you
get
so
an
much.
autograph, pick up some merch, tip your bartenders.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Moose's Monster Mash. Come back for more chills and thrills if you dare.